Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to science class. Hope you all are good. Today we will continue chapter 4 of your science book, that is materials, metals and non-metals. Students, in previous video we learnt about some physical properties of metals and non-metals. Today we will know about some more physical properties of metals and non-metals. So let's begin. Students, do you know metals are malleable? This means that metals can be beaten into thin sheets with a hammer. If we take a piece of aluminium metal, place it on a block of iron and beat it with a hammer, we will find that the piece of aluminium metal turns into a thin aluminium sheet without breaking. And we say that aluminium metal is malleable or it shows malleability. So what is malleability? The property which allows the metals to be hammered into thin sheets is called malleability. Malleability is an important characteristic properties of metals. Most of the metals are malleable. Gold and silver are best malleable metals and can be hammered into very fine sheets or foils. You might have seen that your mother wraps bread or paratha into a foil, that is aluminium foil, while packing your lunch box. Copper metal can also be hammered to form copper sheets. Iron is also a quite malleable metal which can be hammered to form iron sheets. It is due to the property of malleability that metals can be bent to form objects of different shapes by beating with a hammer. Non-metals are not malleable. Non-metals are brittle. This means that non-metals cannot be beaten into thin sheets with a hammer. Non-metals break into small pieces when hammered. Do you know carbon is a non-metal? Carbon is found in many forms such as charcoal, coke, graphite and diamond, etc. Coal is also mainly carbon. The pencil lead is a form of carbon called graphite. If we take a piece of carbon, suppose a pencil lead or charcoal, and beat it with a hammer, it will break into pieces. We cannot hammer carbon without breaking to obtain thin sheets of carbon. Understood? Thus, carbon is a non-metal which is not malleable. Carbon is brittle. Students, sulfur, you all know that sulfur is a non-metal. So if we hammer a piece of sulfur, it will break into smaller pieces. We cannot hammer sulfur to obtain thin sheets of sulfur. Thus sulfur is a non-metal which is not malleable. It is also brittle. Understood? So the property due to which non-metals break on hammering is called brittleness. Brittleness is a characteristic property of solid nonmetals. Hope you understood? Okay. Students, do you know metals are ductile? This means that metals can be drawn or stretched into thin wires. Most of the metals are ductile. Gold and silver are among the best ductile metals. Copper and aluminium metals are also very ductile and can be drawn into thin copper wires and aluminium wires. You might have seen electric wires which are used at your home. Okay. Now iron, magnesium and tungsten metals are also quite ductile and can be drawn into wires. Iron wires are used for making wire gauges. Magnesium wire are also used in science experiments in the laboratory. Now, what is ductility then? The property which allows the metals to be drawn into wires is called ductility. Ductility is another characteristic properties of metals. So, we come to know that generally metals are malleable and ductile. Non-metals are not ductile. This means that non-metals cannot be drawn into wires. They are easily snapped. For example, sulfur and phosphorus are non-metals and they are not ductile. When stretched, sulfur and phosphorus break into pieces and do not form wires. Thus, we cannot get wires from non-metals. So, hope you understood that non-metals are neither malleable nor ductile. Non-metals are brittle. Understood? Okay. Now let's know about one more property, that is sonorous. Metals are sonorous. This means that metals make a ringing sound when we strike them. Sonorous means capable of producing a ringing sound. If we drop a metal coin or a metal utensil on the floor of your house, we hear a ringing sound. And when we clapper or hammer of an electric bell strikes the metal gong, even then a ringing sound is produced. So, the metal objects make a ringing sound when we drop them on a hard floor or strike them with a hard object. We say that the metals are sonorous or capable of producing a ringing sound. Suppose we have two boxes, one box made of metal and the other box made of wood, which are similar in appearance. We can tell which box is made of metal by striking them with a small hammer. The box which produces a ringing sound on being struck by the hammer will be the one made of metal. Metal sheets are used for making bells, like the bicycle bells and temple bells. The use of metals for making bells is based on their property of being sonorous. Understood? Okay. Now what about non-metals? Non-metals are not sonorous. This means that solid non-metals do not make a ringing sound when we strike them. If we drop a piece of carbon or a piece of charcoal or a lump of sulfur on the floor or strike them with a hammer, we do not hear any ringing sound. This means that carbon and sulfur metals are not sonorous. They are not capable of producing a ringing sound when struck. Understood? Okay. Now let's know about one more property, that is conductivity. Students, you might have studied in previous class also that metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. This means that metals allow heat and electricity to pass through them easily. If we hold one end of a metal spoon in hot water, which is placed in hot water, then its other end becomes hot very soon. This is because the metal of the spoon conducts heat from one end to the other end very quickly. And we say that the metal spoon is a good conductor of heat. Copper, silver, gold, aluminium and iron metals are good conductors of heat. Though all metals are good conductors of heat, silver metal is the best conductor of heat. Copper metal is a better conductor of heat than aluminium metal. The cooking utensils like frying pan, you might have seen in your kitchen, are made of metals because metals are good conductors of heat. Being a good conductor of heat, the metallic bottom of cooking utensil transfers the heat of gas stove quickly to the food kept inside it. We cannot hold a metal pan directly because it will conduct the heat quickly to our hand, causing burns. We have to hold a hot metal pan from its handle made of plastic or wood because plastic and wood do not conduct heat. Understood? Okay. Now, non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. This means that non-metals do not allow heat and electricity to pass through them. For example, sulfur is a non-metal which does not conduct heat or electricity. Similarly, a piece of coal, which is mainly carbon non-metal, also does not conduct heat or electricity. Many of the non-metals are in fact very good insulators. There are, however, some exceptions. A form of the carbon element, diamond, which is a non-metal, is a good conductor of heat, and another form of carbon element called graphite is a non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. Being a good conductor of electricity, graphite is used for making electrodes, as in the dry cells.